All right, let's talk about something that's on a lot of our minds, losing weight. But we're not going to talk about just dropping pounds fast. We're going to look at what the science actually says about losing weight in a way that, well, lasts. It's about shifting the question from how fast to how forever.
Because this is the question, right? This is what everyone wants to know. The internet is just overflowing with promises of quick fixes, miracle pills, and super fast results. And hey, it's totally normal to want to see a change happen like yesterday. That desire is exactly what makes the latest fad diet so tempting.
But this is where we have to flip the script. If you're only focused on speed, you're kind of missing the whole point. According to the science, real, lasting results don't come from some temporary diet you suffer through. They come from building healthy, sustainable habits that just become part of your life.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with setting the right kind of goal. Then we'll get into how to build your plate, the key habits for success, the crucial link between your mind and body, and finally, what you should actually expect to see.
Okay, first up, the sustainable goal. This is all about changing your focus. Instead of just chasing a number on the scale, the idea is to build healthy habits that you can stick with for the long haul. Next, let's get into the nitty-gritty of building your plate. This is really the foundation of it all, and it's not about crazy restrictions, it's just about finding the right balance. And the core idea here is the balanced plate. It's pretty simple. Every time you eat, you want to try and get these 4 things on your plate. This combo makes sure you're getting all the nutrients you need, which is absolutely key to feeling full and satisfied.
So what does that actually look like in numbers? Well, these guidelines give us some solid targets to aim for. We're talking about 5 to 7 ounces of protein and a good 2 to 5 cups of veggies a day. Now, these aren't super strict rules you have to follow perfectly, but they are really helpful benchmarks.
So why are we so focused on protein? Well, for good reason. When you're trying to lose weight, protein is your best friend. It helps protect your muscle mass, which is so important. And maybe the best part? It's a total powerhouse for crushing cravings because it helps you feel way fuller for way longer.
Here's a super simple way to picture it. Just imagine your plate divided up. You've got your protein, like chicken or beans, a huge portion of veggies, load them up, a source of healthy fat, think avocado, and then a good portion of complex carbs like quinoa, which gives you that slow, steady energy.
Okay, so we've built the perfect plate. But that's only half the battle, right? What you do around your meals is just as important. So let's talk about the essential habits that are really going to fuel your success.
The science really points to 4 heavy hitters here. And the awesome thing is, they all work together. We're talking about moving your body, getting more fiber, staying hydrated, with good old water, and getting enough quality sleep.
Now, for moving your body, you get the best bang for your buck when you mix it up. Cardio, like walking, running, cycling, is fantastic for your heart. But combining that with some weight training to build and keep that muscle mass, that's the winning combo.
And what's the deal with fiber? Why is this such a game changer? Well, fiber slows down digestion. And that's the secret sauce to feeling full and satisfied after you eat. As you can see here, foods like oats and chickpeas are just packed with the stuff.
And now for a number that might be the most overlooked, most underrated piece of the whole puzzle. 7. That is the minimum number of hours of sleep per night that experts recommend for adults. So, why is sleep so critical? Well, here's the science. When you don't get enough sleep, it messes with your hormones, specifically the ones that control hunger. So not enough sleep can literally make you feel hungrier and have more cravings the next day. It's a total setup for failure. And you know, that hormonal connection leads us perfectly into our next section, the powerful link between your mind and your body. Because it's not just about what you're eating, it's also about how you're eating. This is where mindful eating comes in. So let's break this down. We've all done mindless eating, right? You're on the couch, in front of the TV, just shoveling food in, not even paying attention. Mindful eating is the total opposite. It's being present, slowing down, and actually learning to listen to your body's signals. And there's a simple biological reason this works so well. It's not magic. It just takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to send the, "Hey, I'm full" signal up to your brain. When you slow down, you give that signal a chance to actually arrive before you've gone back for seconds you didn't need. All right, last but definitely not least, let's get real. It's time to talk about expectations, bust a few myths, and figure out what a healthy, successful pace actually looks like. So what is a safe and sustainable rate of weight loss? The science is incredibly clear on this. Aiming to lose between half a pound and 2 pounds per week is the healthy sweet spot. That's a goal that's realistic and one you're much more likely to maintain over time. And this brings us to the big one, the question we see plastered all over magazines and sketchy websites. Is it really possible to drop a huge amount of weight, like 15 pounds, in just 2 weeks?
While the source material could not be more direct about this, I'm going to quote it word for word. Losing 15 pounds in 2 weeks is unrealistic, unsustainable, and likely unsafe. Plain and simple. That kind of rapid loss just isn't healthy, and it's definitely not going to last.
And this brings us to the bottom line, the most important thing to remember. Look, when you first start a new plan, you might see a quick drop in water weight, and that feels great. But real, actual fat loss, that's a slower process. The real key isn't a mad dash for 2 weeks. It's building those sustainable habits we've been talking about.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Forget the crash diets, forget the quick fixes. Thinking about everything we just covered, what is one small, sustainable change you can start with today? Because that, right there, is where the real journey begins.